Hi all, welcome to this wonderful electrifying session, and in previous class we saw about coal and some details about coal, right? Here, now we're going to see about petroleum. What is petroleum? Petrol is used as a fuel in light automobiles such as motorcycles, scooters, in cars. And heavy motor vehicles like trucks and tractors run on diesel. Petrol and diesel are obtained from a natural resource called petroleum. Okay, what is meant by petroleum? Petrol and diesel together, they are obtained from a natural resources are called petroleum. The word petroleum is derived from petra and oleum. Petra means rock and oleum means oil, as it is mined from between the rocks and the earth. Okay, this is petroleum. Next, petroleum is formed from organisms living in the sea. As these organisms died, their bodies settled at the bottom of the sea and covered with the layers of sand and clay. Over millions of years, absence of air, high temperature and high pressure transformed the dead organisms into petroleum and gas. Here see, as these organisms are there, here the sea, it's under it's buried here and under high pressure and high temperature, they covered with the layers of sand and clay. Okay, so they transform the dead organisms into petroleum and gas, petroleum oil and gas. So, with high temperature and pressure, so they transform the dead organisms into petroleum and gas. Next, refining of petroleum. Petroleum is a dark, oily liquid. It has an unpleasant odor. If it is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum, gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin, wax, etc. What is petroleum refinery? The process of separating the various constituents fractions of petroleum. So separation, the various constituents fractions of petroleum is known as refining. It is carried out in petroleum refinery. Okay, next. Many useful substances are obtained from petroleum and natural gas. These are termed as petrochemicals. They are used in the manufacture of detergents, fibers, plaster, fibers, polythene and other man-made plastics. And what is fibers? Polyester, nylon and acrylic. Hydrogen gas obtained from natural gas is used in the production of fertilizers. Due to its great commercial importance, petroleum is also called black gold. Next, natural gas. It's a cleaner gas used as a fuel in automobile, vehicles and for domestic cooking. And it's easy for transportation. Natural gas is also used as a starting material for the manufacture of a number of chemicals and fertilizers. It's a very cleaner gas. And stored in compressed form as CNG. CNG means compressed natural gas. CNG, that's compressed natural gas, is a pollution free or least pollution. Compressed natural gas is used for power generation. Used as a fuel for transport vehicles because it is less polluting. And it's a cleaner fuel. It's very, very important. Natural gas is a very, very cleaner fuel. The great advantage of compressed natural gas is that it can be used directly for burning in homes and factories, where it can be supplied through pipes. Such pipelines exist in Gujarat. Natural gas is also used as a starting material for the manufacture of a number of chemicals and fertilizers because it's natural gas and least pollution or sometimes pollution free. India has a vast reserves of natural gas. In our country, natural gas has been found in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and in the Krishna Godavari Delta. Here, the various constituents of petroleum and uses. Petroleum gas in liquid form. It's used in fuel for home and industry. LPG gas. Used in our home, we use as a fuel. And petrol, as you already know, petrol is used in our motor vehicles. And another use is solvent for dry cleaning. Kerosene, used for stoves, lamps, and for jet aircraft. Diesel is used for heavy motor vehicles like lorry, truck and all, and used for electric generators. Lubricating oil. This oil is used in lubrication. And paraffin wax is used in ointments, candles, Vaseline. Bitumen, it's used in road surfacing and it's used in paints. Next, some natural resources are limited. Coal and petroleum are fossil fuels. As you already know, it required the dead organisms millions of years to get converted into these fuels. On the other hand, the known reserves of these will last only a few hundred years only. Moreover, burning of these fuels is a major cause of air pollution. Their use is also linked to global warming. It is therefore necessary that we use these fuels only when absolutely necessary. Okay? As you already know, coal, petroleum, natural gas and all inexhaustible natural resources. So, we use this fuel. So, we use this fuel only when absolutely necessary. This will result in better environment because these create air pollution. These may cause a major air pollution in environment. So, this will result in better environment if you use absolutely when necessary. Next, smaller risk of global warming and their availability for a longer period of time. In India, the Petroleum Conservation Research Association advises people how to save petrol diesel while driving. Here are some tips. Drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Switch off the engine at traffic lights or at a place where you have to wait. Ensure correct tire pressure. Ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle. These are the tips given by the Petroleum Conservation Research Association to people. Let's revise what we saw now and what is petroleum. Petroleum is nothing but petrol and diesel are obtained from natural resources called petroleum. The petroleum is mined from between the rocks under earth. Petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. So buried over, so dead organisms of the sea buried over millions of years with the absence of air, with the high temperature and pressure, that dead organisms, they transformed into petroleum and natural gas. These are the picture, the dead organisms buried under the earth with high temperature, with no air, there is no air, with high temperature and pressure, that dead organisms that changed, that converted into petroleum and natural gas. Next, refining of petroleum. What is refining? The process of separating the various constituents, fractions of petroleum is known as refining. It's carried out in a petroleum refinery. Many useful substances are obtained from petroleum and natural gas, that is petrochemicals. And why petroleum is called black gold? Due to its nowadays petroleum has a great commercial importance. That's why petroleum is also called black gold. Natural gas, and it's very cleaner gas and easy for transportations, and natural gas is used as a starting material for manufacture of number of chemicals and fertilizers. So India has a vast resource of natural gas and it is in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and the Krishna Godavari Delta. Next, what are the constituents of petroleum and uses? So and all visa, and some natural resources are limited if we use these fuels only when absolute necessary. So that leads to better environment, a smaller risk of global warming, and it will come for a longer period of time. It's very, very important. Next what we saw, Petroleum Conservation Research Association gave few tips to people. What are the tips? Drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible and ensure correct tire pressure, and switch off the engine at traffic lights or at a place where you have to wait, and ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle. Okay, thank you. If you like this video, please subscribe, like and share.